Happy New Year, everyone. Thank you for letting me address the group, Ann, Joe, members of the board. My name is Lester Kravitz. I've been living in Pelham since the 1980s. My daughters went through school here, and I'm an attorney licensed to practice in New York, New Jersey, and Florida. And I wanted to make you aware of a new tax law that was signed on November 9th of 2009, and it's part of the package to stimulate the economy. You're probably aware that they had in 2009 cash for clunkers, where if you turned in an old car you would get a credit or some money towards it. And also, the Obama administration put through a first-time home buyer credit to try to stimulate people who weren't living in homes to go out and purchase them, living in homes they own. The theory being that when someone goes and purchases a home, there's a good deal of spending that takes place around that in terms of fixing up the home, painting it, buying furniture, moving. It stimulates the economy, and it was also designed to give a shot in the arm to the housing market, where prices, thank God, not so much in Pelham, elsewhere in the country have really plummeted. So what I'm here to talk to you about, and there are handouts with this information, if you would like to take it and review it here on the table, is the new tax law, which is the long-time resident tax credit. And this is a federal program where somebody can get a $6,500, up to a $6,500 tax credit if they follow the steps in the program. And I'll tell you what the steps are. But first, let me explain what a tax credit is. If you owe taxes, it's a dollar-for-dollar deduction on how much you have to send to the Internal Revenue Service. If you don't owe taxes, they will send you a check. So if someone were to take advantage of this program and not be in a position where they're required to pay income taxes, basically Uncle Sam would send you a check for $6,500. Now, in order to qualify, you don't need to sell your current home. You can keep your home, you can rent it, you can leave it to your children, whatever works for your family. The point of this law is for people who are thinking, maybe I'll sell my home, maybe I'll buy another home, I don't know when to do it, maybe I'll do it this year, maybe I'll do it next year, maybe I'll do it in 5 years. The point of this program is to get people into the process now, because there are certain deadlines. By April 30th of this year, you must sign a contract on a new residence. Now that could be a small home, a condo, a co-op, or townhouse. It doesn't have to be in New York. It could be in a warm climate. It could be anywhere. There's no need to sell the house that you're in, but you may. Once you've signed the contract, you have until June 30th to close. That is, you have to come to the closing table, pay the price, and get your deed. Now, the amount of this tax credit is 10% of the purchase price, capped at $6,500. And in order to qualify, you must live in your home consecutively for 5 out of the past 8 years. High earners won't qualify. They have income phase-outs that start at $225,000 for married couples filing jointly. And for singles, if you make more than $125,000, your credit begins to get reduced, and when you reach a certain point, you don't qualify for the credit at all. Now, you don't have to repay 1 cent of this credit. Under the 2008 program, they gave you credit, but it was for new home buyers, and they had to repay the credit. You don't have to repay the credit if the new home is your principal residence for 36 months following the purchase. So the new home has to be a principal residence. Everybody's situation will differ, but I believe a principal residence is defined as where you sleep most of the year, where you file your taxes from, and other aspects of life which vary from individual person to individual person. Now, I just want to say that everybody's situation is different, and if anybody is interested in finding out more about this, you should consult your own personal tax advisor to see how it fits in with your plans. Another thing you should know is that a revised tax form with this new law is being prepared by the IRS and will actually be published on their website on Friday, they say. What does that mean? That means that most tax preparers they can't have the form yet, it's not been published, and they may not get the form. And that software for do-it-yourself tax preparation that you do on a home computer or that a lot of people use to prepare the taxes, this form 5405 won't be on that. Maybe they'll update it later. So basically, I'm available to answer any questions. There will be 2 more short presentations on the long-time resident tax credit. One in Pelham on January 13th, which is next Wednesday at 11 o'clock, and one in Pelham Manor on Thursday, January 27th at 7 p.m. The reason I thought I would bring this to your attention is because as you plan for the future, you should keep this in mind. This is basically a gift, a handout from the federal government that won't be around after the program is finished. Thank you.